Probably you can tell us your name and a bit about what you do at Jumia first.
So my name is Saurabh Upadhyay. I take care of electronics categories in Jumia Kenya. So electronic means phones, appliances, and TVs. This is like major chunk of our business in Jumia Kenya.
You've been at Jumia for a while. What kind of trends have you noticed as far as electronics consumption in Kenya on your platform is?
So during COVID, we have felt that people are focused on more on necessity items like grocery and all. But the moment we started settling down with COVID, the economy have started coming up. So we have seen that there is a big traction actually towards electronics. We have started selling good number of phones, good number of TVs. Actually, TV is one of the fastest growing category on Jumia Kenya. So precisely we are growing more than 50% year on year, and every month we grow by like 15 to 20%.
In terms of numbers, what are we speaking?
So talking about the numbers will be a bit hard, but I can give you, in terms of our GMV, phone is on the top, followed by TVs, followed by appliances and the computing. So TVs, we do volume close to 15,000 units, which is entire TV category. So the share of TVs is like 80% in the categories. So like overall TV volume is around, category volume is around 15,000. So close to 12,000 to 13,000 TVs.
Is that per month, by year?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And this is pure retail, meaning by we are selling to end user, not to any enterprise sale or B2B sales or anything pushed by J4. So this is pure B2C sales to the customer.
In terms of brands, is it possible to break it down in terms of brands? How they move?
So actually we have all the tier 1 brands available on Jumia, from Samsung to Sony to LG. Then we have tier 2 brands like TCL, Hisense, doing quite well. So if we talk about tier 1 brands, Samsung is the leader in terms of TVs. Then in tier 2 brands, TCL is on the top, followed by Hisense. When we talk about tier 3 brand, Vision Plus is our gold partner for the Black Friday. They have super amazing good quality, so their volumes are actually significant. So in tier 2, tier 3, they're on the top, followed by Witron and many others.
When we go to phones,
so in phones, definitely, Transient, the way, because Jumia is the reflection of the market. So Transient holds like 50% market share in open market. Same way we have the similar trend on Jumia as well. So Transient is on the top, followed by Samsung and Xiaomi and a couple of more brands.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes in trends, especially from, let's say, around the 2020 time of the pandemic to now? Is there any change in trends?
Yeah. So what we have noticed before pandemic, people used to, the spending was bit less. People were more focused. Our mass mass selling segment was around $60 to $70. So we have seen an uplift in that. I've seen, now the mass segment for the phones is around $120. So the phones which are around 12,000 shilling all the way to 15,000 shillings are the biggest contributor in our business. So that is the shift we have seen in terms of pricing. In terms of spec, now what I feel personally, that people have started forgetting 1 plus 16 GB, which used to be the top sellers. Now people have started looking for the bigger memories like 2 plus 32 GBs, 2 plus 64 GBs, 332, 364 and all. Yeah.
Okay.
So what it shows that basically, because during pandemic people were used to of internet, so meaning by they are consuming a lot of data in their phones, so the spending has gone up when it comes to operator business. And same way, once your spending goes up in internet, you start looking for a higher value devices, so which perform well, which has bigger and better ROM and RAM. So yeah.
Have you noticed any changes, especially after 2020 and work from home? Have you noticed a difference in terms of purchases of laptops, computers and stuff?
So laptops, yes. So what we have seen that Celeron used to be the biggest driver of the volume. Now we have seen that people have started moving towards i3s, i5s and i7s. Even there is a lot of searches about MacBooks. So we are doing quite well in terms of i3s and i5s and i7s. So MacBook is something which we are actually still developing. A primary reason of that is the pricing. So it's a bit high where customer wants to have a look and feel of the device before buying the purchase. So we are trying to onboard Apple fully on Jumia. Hopefully in 2023 January we'll have right assortment, right product, and amazing devices from them as well.
What do the trends look like in terms of household items, the fridges, the cookers, and that kind of stuff?
So we have seen increasing demand of fridges in Kenya, especially in the regions like Mombasa. Jumia used to focus on small appliances, but in third quarter of 2022 we have started focusing on the large appliances as well. So we have tied up very strongly with Ramtons. We have tied up with very strongly with brands like Hisense, wherein we are moving good volume of refrigerators along with the chest freezers, and I don't know what you call those display units wherein you can put your sodas, your drinks, and it's visible to the customer. So what it shows that even over and above end users, small retailers who don't get the support from those brands, they are coming and buying stuff themselves from Jumia to showcase their products in the retail shops.
How active is your luxury part of sales for electronics? Yes.
So we do. We had super successful launch of S20 series on Jumia. So Jumia was kind of exclusive online partner for Samsung for S22 series, and the same we tried during Fold and Flip. So we were the first online platform to retail those devices, which we kept in our warehouse. So the traction was good. We made quite good numbers.
In terms of the other luxury items as well, how does it look like? Because there's the luxury phones, but then there's the luxury items in the TV sector, in the fridge case.
What we have noticed, we are moving away, like in TVs, we are moving away from 32 inches. So at the moment in Jumia, our top seller is 43 inch segment, and it's not digital, it's smart. So meaning by, there is a willingness to spend, and we have a willingness to supply them. So like customers have moved away from 32 to 43. In TVs, in appliances, we are moving only from selling the blenders. We are selling large appliances. We are selling big size, refrigerators, chest refrigerators, ovens, cookers. So overall it's a good impact to our end users. We are getting them super crazy, super good prices. We are getting the stuff rightly from the distributors and the brands directly, so the quality is guaranteed. So Jumia being a brand, it promises to give you the best quality possible.
Is that a good sign for 2023 in terms of
exactly? The moment you start walking as per the demand of the customer, so like customers are looking for the expensive and the luxurious item in electronics category, and if you are able to supply, and with a growth of 30 to 40% in electronics category, definitely that's our strategy going to be in 2023. We'll be focusing more on customer needs, along with the changes the brands are doing with high AIV item focus.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned in 2022 as far as electronic sales is concerned that you will utilize effectively in 2023?
So I would say that it was demand planning. So in a couple of brands, I won't name them here, but where we didn't expect it to move those volumes. So and all of a sudden there was a boom in those expensive and luxury devices. So the traction was very good, and we anticipated not to sell those numbers. So in 2023 we are going to make sure that everything we have in Jumia Express at the super good prices, regardless of the AIV factor. So even if it's expensive, we are going to have it in Jumia Express at the good price.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.